Oh, he's eating a human. Okay. Look at a mask. I don't think this guy looks friendly. We already hinted on the last stream that very often at the beginning of the year we mostly want to focus on stability, on some bug fixing and so on, to sort of clean the desk, before the new exciting year. Exactly. So we've done that actually for past 3 years, I think. 190 was a huge update with us. You probably tried it, on Livonia with the underground bunker and a lot of other new features in navigation and more. This update isn't that packed with content. So, I mean, we've got obviously backlog issues, being the feedback from the community, the internal Jira, the reports from internal QA. And also we've had some, follow-up issues after 119. We will touch on that. So this is more or less to manage your expectations of this stream of 120. Is that we really want to set the foundation for the whole year, basically. So it's not like everything that's going to be released in 120 was done over the past months, and that's the only thing that we worked on. There is a lot of other bigger features that we want to implement further down, to the 2023 that are being already developed right now. So one of the things that we've done with 119 is that we've reworked the weight system. Basically the system that calculates the weight of your gear, of the character gear, because there was quite a bit of issues with that. And so we reworked the weight system, and basically now the value should be correct. That means that, for example, the weight of the magazines and the ammo piles and so on, there were issues with that too. So we've corrected that thing out, and together with that, we've also returned one thing that was implemented in older versions. And I'm talking about 110 maybe and before, and that was the wetness affecting the weight. Okay, yeah. So we've got that back with 120 actually. So right now, if you are in the rainy weather, yes, your gear will weigh more essentially. So that's one of the changes that is returning. Changes and also returning features essentially. So keep an eye on that. People who will take care of their gear will be more efficient, essentially. Originally, for 119, we wanted to connect the weight of your gear to the inertia. Okay. Right? So, depending on how much of stamina your character has, you will be able to maneuver more or less. We sadly did not end up doing that for 119 because of that weight system not functioning correctly and us needing it to rework it. So we waited with that for 120. Now that we reworked the weight system, this is plugged in. So in 120, your character movement will be influenced by the amount of gear that you are carrying. So if you're carrying more gear, you will be having more difficulties in turning around. Yeah, so kind of evading attacks or enemy shots, right? Yeah. When you are trying to zigzag, sort of. Just to be clear, it's a very minor, impact right now. It's tweakable. You can switch it off if you prefer the old settings that is not adjustable at all. We're looking forward to the feedback from the experimental build. We're actually listening to one of the changes in 120. Really? Yeah. We've updated it's not, the sounds are gone, but we've updated the sounds of the cooking. Oh damn.
So,
but they were quite sufficient.
they are more varied now, so they are not repetitive.
Okay,
there was a problem
cool.
that like when you had like 2 pieces of meat
Oh,
or even
right.
more,
Yeah.
the sound was the same. So we added more variation into it. There's also like new sounds basically for all the states. So
okay. Now the sounds.
Are you hungry yet?
Actually, I am. I had very little lunch. I had like 1 slice of pizza on my way to work. Wait, it wasn't done yet, was it?
No, I'm just gonna bake all of them.
But the sounds. Okay.
The smoking does not have any sound. The reason I'm putting it into the smoking
Okay.
is so I warm up my food, right?
Oh my god.
So when I put it into the...
This is such an epic
on the
gamer
grill,
moment, Adam.
it actually cooks already instantly.
Yeah, because this is probably the first Survivor
DayZ
pro tip.
cooking tips.
Oh yeah.
We've been, doing some bug fixings and improvements with 120. One of the areas that we've been wanting to look into for a while was and this will be primarily interesting for the server owners, but for some players too. Players who tend to play on servers that are further away from their location, So we've improved the detection of the, low connective, like high latency issues,
Okay.
in a way that you are not gonna get kicked instantly when you have bad ping.
Okay.
It's gonna calculate some average values and so on, because there were a lot of issues with that before, and server owners too. So we changed that. So the kick system that is in the game is now a little more sophisticated. So you're not gonna get kicked instantly when you, I don't know, alt up and look into a YouTube video and the client suddenly spikes above the certain limit of the server. So
Okay. It's fine. Wash your hands.
connected to that though, something that is much more visible to the players is that we've introduced new connectivity indicators into the game.
Okay.
So the connectivity indicators, you will be able to switch them on and off. You may recognize, old school DayZ players may recognize this symbol.
Yeah, I hated it.
So you can enable them, disable them.
Okay.
You will basically
Your choice.
see again in the game after all those years if your connection is unstable, if you are having issues with your internet connection. If you see the middle one, then you are disconnected from the server essentially.
So it doesn't matter what you do.
That replaces like that message in the middle of the screen that's you may have seen.
Yeah, that was
The
happening me
countdown
for years.
essentially.
Yeah.
And what we've also got connected to the connectivity warnings is the server performance warning. So a user will actually be notified whether the server is performing good or not. So if they will be getting some delays and this icon, the last one, will show up, means that the server is having issues.
Okay, so at least they know it's the issue is not on their machine.
Yeah.
It's out.
This is gonna be super useful for anyone reporting issues, right? And anyone sharing a video, for example, and they will have that icon there, and you will immediately know much more that okay, this is happening.
Okay.
Be the client connection issues or the server connection issues. Okay, so I think we can maybe discuss a little bit, like, since we talked about the camera.
Okay, there are some changes to the camera.
Yeah, so we've fixed number of glitches sometimes even exploits with the third-person camera.
Okay, can you name an example?
It's usually looking through objects, through walls and so on. So when you use the camera in certain ways, the camera could like jump into an object and actually
see through. Yeah, I've seen people that are like, standing, let's say, on top of a bed, jumping, and as they glitch with the camera, they can see enemies.
That is something different, but I mean,
okay.
Essentially, part of this bug fix series, or I don't know how to call it, was also slight adjustments that we did to the third-person camera, and it's something again that please let us know how you like it. We try to counteract a little bit the peeking over the walls. So here I am looking at the wall, and in the
Yes.
third person mode, I could be doing this, right?
Uh-huh.
But
Oh.
no matter what I do, you know,
It's a big change. It's really a big
I'm
change.
actually not able to look over the wall that well.
Okay.
I mean, it's not completely, you know,
Foolproof.
changed.
Okay.
There are ways to go around it, but we've limited
Okay,
this.
so can you please move back and kind of like move this upwards to see when it's gonna like switch?
So we're just definitely interested in what you guys have to say about it when you play the game on the experimental and on stable too, of course. Keep a closer eye. See, maybe there are some issues with it that we haven't discovered yet, even though that we've been testing these camera collisions quite extensively already.
Yeah.
And it's not bulletproof right now.
Uh-huh.
There are still things, you know, we may look into this, we'll see. It's, you know, largely...
No, but it's certainly good direction. If it's like at least somewhat consistent now, so people can know where they can be peaked and where not. That's
So,
cool.
let us know. Yeah, so I guess speaking of vehicles in 119, 119 was a big one for vehicles, right? We finally got to the point that we were able to update the vehicle simulation to the latest one from Infusion. So that was done. You know, it wasn't fully completed. There were, you know, various parts that we were not satisfied with. We had to,
Oh, really?
we had to, for example, disable the interaction with the wheels and not make them damageable.
And what's up with that? Do you see it coming back this
Yes.
year, this update?
So that was one of the primary, actually, things that we were looking at in the like last 2-month time frame, or it was longer, but like it was a priority for us. Definitely for the past 2-3 months.
Bringing back
So
detachable
yes,
tires.
120 will feature detachable wheels and damageable wheels. Now we will have it on the experimental, waiting for the full feedback and testing. We'll see how it goes, but the internal testing looked good. So we hope that we can return this very important feature, because, you know, like DayZ and the vehicle maintenance is a big thing, and the wheels are, you know, the most obvious
No,
parts of the...
it's straight up lame. You cannot be able to
So,
detach them. Yeah, so...
We're happy, obviously, that we can return this back into the game, knowing that the issues with the wheels are hopefully fixed. So one of the other big problems with the vehicles in 119 was the desynchronization of the gearbox. So when you're driving even manual vehicles, manual transmission vehicles,
yes.
you could desync your transmission and essentially desync your gearbox and enter some weird states, you know, you couldn't drive forward and so on. So we addressed that. Now the off-road, our new military off-road, still has some issues with the automatic transmission. We are looking into that. It's unlikely to be ready for 120, but yeah, it's a continuing effort to fix more of the bugs with the vehicles. Now, we've also been looking into the vehicle damage and the damage to the crew itself inside, you know, the passenger sitting. So that's been changed because the previous source of like the damage was not reliable, so we changed that. It's a little simplified, but it's a pretty complicated topic, of course. So we'll see. This also will be in 120, so you guys can try to run the vehicles and, you know, tell us what was the experience like. And yeah, like last but not least, we are also looking through the various, you know, driving related issues, you know, like a general driving experience with various vehicles. So that is an ongoing process. There have been some tweaks, but we are still looking into that, and it's gonna be a continuing effort, not just for 120.
Okay.
So, you know, it's like what is like driving over obstacles and stuff like that, like performance of vehicles and so on. So that's...
So to answer his question, there's been a lot of work regarding vehicles in the past months.
with environment related things. So, or like, I will mention the base building thing first. So we've looked into the placing because there was an issue that the walls could be actually placed very tightly together. So you could have one wall, even with the one wall setting.
People cannot see your hands when you do.
One wall. So the extreme layering of the walls, we've adjusted that, so you will no longer be able to layer the walls this much.
Okay.
So people have been almost exploiting it a little bit.
So some tight places might be now easier to get into because people won't be able to push so many walls in there.
So we've adjusted that on the placing side a little bit. Obviously, you know, the placing settings still remain in there in the server side settings. So if you don't like, you know, on your server, you can still adjust it. But for the vanilla, we've decided to remove the layering because I mean it was pretty tricky to work with anyway. You know, it was. Yeah, what I can mention. Yeah, okay. We were talking about the camera and I completely forgot to mention one thing. And again, that's something that, you know, may be noticeable quite a bit. And you guys will let us know how does it feel. But what we did a small adjustment to the sprint. So when you sprint, you are unable to focus on your eyes too much. You focus a little bit, but just a little bit. You have to actually be slower to focus your eyes more.
Okay.
So let us know how you feel about it. You know, I know that there's a lot of people that just like sprinting around is like, you know.
Can I try it just to see how it feels? Sounds interesting to me. Oh right, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. It will take some time to get used to, I guess, for multiplayer, but it's like we said before, like that's with every change, like the game, you know, has some very
we could make it a little stronger, you know, it's like a relatively small tweak. Also on the modding side, obviously. If you guys will dislike it, you can just easily, you know, set it up differently for your server. But we thought that it will be interesting, you know, to kind of like explain, okay, well, you are sprinting like 25k an hour, which is, well, that's a sprint, you know.
Yeah.
Not many can do. So it doesn't make too much sense that you are like laser sight, you know, focus on your distance.
And at the same time, you are reloading your gun, so like, you know, running so fast, reloading and zooming onto someone.
So yeah. So, and there's been also one of the important things also for the community made stuff, you know, more maps and server enhancements, and that is related to the rocks. We found that there is quite a lot of performance issues with the rocks, and we've optimized them significantly. So you will get significantly more frames when you're around the rocks compared to 119 and before.
Okay, that's good. I can already see the thumbnails on YouTube videos. 120 optimized rocks, you know, with the big red, you know, arrow pointing at a bunch of rocks. Please do that and send it to our social media.
You know, people actually do really like the rocks.
Yeah, I mean, rocks are important.
So that happened too. And one last thing regarding the environment.
Okay.
You may have heard it before, but we made the birds sound happening again. Birds are actually audible again. It's kind of cool.
This is cool, finally.
I have forgotten on something. I didn't want to interrupt our discussion, but I have forgotten on something.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You're very mysterious, Adam. And I know as much as
I will be even more mysterious.
Oh.
Oh god, that was underwhelming.
You look a bit like raccoon.
God damn it.
And we all thought about it.
Yeah, so one of the things that we would like to do this year would be to focus more on the cosmetic side of things. We've already teased a little bit in the stream announcement picture. You may see more of that later in the stream. But this is, well, another example of our efforts, you know, bringing some more cosmetic items to increase the variety in various places in the game. And yeah, this is the Carnival mask, and it has quite a lot of variants. Some of them you will not see in the game initially because they will be part of the various events through the year.
So something more to look forward to.
Yeah. But
can you name some events which can be like?
We have a mask for pretty much all the occasions.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Indeed.
How better celebrate than with a mask? Anyway, yeah, the mask that you are having, that's a new item in 120. As some people noticed that joined later on, where people will be able to find this mask.
Yeah, so we would like to enrich the loot on the amusement parks that we have on both maps, so you will find them in there.
Okay.
I guess. Okay. Maybe in some cases, you know, in the Christmas gifts.
And there's a lot of different versions. Some of them will be only seasonal. So
yeah. So
in case, let's say, there's some event going on that makes them spawnable, and you get this mask, you can keep carrying it even after the event ends, making the item more, let's say, prestigious.
It's the same like the, you know, the Santa's hat and Santa's beard. I could be carrying it on the stable right now, even though the Christmas aren't running anymore.
Yeah, so.
I can see a fire. What is happening?
Wait.
Is there somebody on the server?
Maybe some colleagues.
Alright.
No, this is totally not scripted, guys. This is highly organic. He's now going to investigate completely organic situation, which can end up in any way, since it's so organic.
Oh, this is like the worst flanking that I've ever done.
Yeah. This is how you can tell this is staged, because it's like, oh, I see a fire. Let's flank through this open field during daytime.
Yeah, like I have a elevation now.
Are you elevated, Adam?
Oh yeah. If there is even a person, you know, maybe just find a good
Yeah,
fire.
how could you know, you know? It can be just a randomly spawned fire.
Oh, that guy has a human meat. Oh, he's eating a human. Okay. Look at a mask. I don't think this guy looks friendly. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! This is the PvP moment, okay?
Yeah, this is the PvP moment. Just so you know, yes, running into the OJ was scripted, but this whole combat is just their PvP excellence live.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he hiding?
Yeah. Hide by the fire, Adam. He will not see you there.
Oh shit, oh shit.
I'm sure he's shooting at the zombie.
He's baiting.
He's definitely shooting at the zombie. He's trying to save you. Oh, he's
I
on the
can
right.
see him. Oh, shh. Shoot.